Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Valerie from the Slightly Cheap Moon, and today I'm going to just show some updates about my dressmaking course and some of the things I've been up to this month. So in the one of my previous video, I mentioned that I'm taking the dressmaking course and it was very difficult for me. So I managed to just finish the course. Actually, the exam was yesterday as of this recording, and for this dress that you're seeing here, it's a so-called princess line dress, but I'm not very sure why is it called a princess line. But by the end of the course, I still hadn't finished my dress because I'm very slow and very inexperienced in handling the sewing machine, and by then I was getting very anxious, and I think my instructor saw it while we were having the written exam and all that. She helped me finish the hem and it was very beautiful. I don't think if I made this on my own it would be this nice. I also believe that she helped me because I did the Gallery of Magic to help me pass the test, and this is sort of part of the assessment. And I believe that in a way the magic helped me, and it also helped me in that the instructor was very wanted everyone to pass. So when we were having the oral part of the examination, when we are sitting in front of her and we are required to answer some questions on the spot, she actually placed the answer key in front of us, and when we don't know how to answer, she will just point there, and yeah, everything is settled. So full marks. I passed the test, yay! And of course, when I was speaking, I finally spoke to some of my other course-mates during the exam and found out that some of those people who are quite experienced in sewing, having taken more of their courses, actually told us that this course is a bit hard for them already, because for the other courses, the drafting and the cloth are already cut up for us, while in this course we have to do everything from scratch. During the course, actually the Nine of Pentacles here came to my mind, because we can see it's a very finely dressed woman, and in the Picatrix and the Agrippa there were mentions of very layered clothing. So the princess line, you can see that there's a lining inside. There are many layers of cloths, so to speak. So while I was finishing up the last part of this course, I thought of this card, Nine of Pentacles, where this thing takes hard work. And we know that in the Nine of Pentacles, part one of the astrological correspondence is the Venus in Virgo, which is not a very nice Virgo placement, but from other courses that I took, I also know that this can signify that an outward appearance, the beauty, hides a lot of hard work behind it. And so it is what I believe with making dresses, even fashion, because nowadays fast fashion is very common, and I have a lot of second-hand clothing at home, and those are fast fashion. My relatives, some of them, they say that they do not have any hobbies that they like, and shopping is only their joys in life. So they actually buy a lot of fast fashion clothing, and I get to inherit them when they are tired with it. From making this dress on its own, I can tell that making even one piece of very tailored clothing takes a lot of effort. But fast fashion is kind of generating so much at a very fast speed, and all this beauty that we see in front of us carries a lot of issues, such as the impact on the environment and impact on the people who work in this line. So it's just some musings about dressmaking. So onto my second part. So I actually bought quite a lot of art materials recently. Actually, it's just these two. I bought a lot of this watercolor paper, and it is kind of like a theme which I I was like, okay, it's very portable, and if I bring it out to draw, it won't dent my stuff. So the paper is a bit thin, on the thin side, but it's still watercolor paper and it's quite smooth, and I thought that I want to maybe start painting again. I haven't painted in a long while traditionally, since maybe 2012. Even my tarot deck, the Tarot of the Passing Showers, it is just pictures drawn on a sketchbook, not even traditionally painted. So I wanted to start painting again, and I saw this intense block and I don't know what it is, so I just bought it. But it turns out it's a kind of you know, like those watercolor pens, except that the watercolor pens are made of inks, you know, which is more permanent. If once it dries, if you paint another layer over it, it won't merge and become another color. Once I started to experiment with this art material, I was looking at a lot of YouTube videos online, and these two are the pictures that I painted quite prominently with this intense block. I need more practice obviously, but it's a good practice for me. Didn't have any watercolors left, so, and I have some brush pen which I didn't want to use, so I wanted to gift it to my cousin, but she was like, I feel uncomfortable getting things from you, so we agreed on an exchange, and she exchanged her half-used watercolor tubes and threw in some brushes for me to use, and the result was this picture, which is very predominantly watercolors. And I forgot that I also bought some brushes to use. I read that this intense block, they may not work as nicely as watercolors, and a different set of brushes need to be used. I started to use to want to draw again. I pick out some items, art materials from my cupboard, which I haven't used in a long while, or haven't even started. So this is actually a gift from my friend last time, and I believe this is more of a charcoal painting, portrait drawing kind of kit, and it might help what I'm going to do in the future maybe. Yeah, you can see that it's quite old. The paper here is already quite yellow and dirty. This was also a gift, and I haven't even opened it. You can see the plastic wrap. And I also bought this last time because I like the texture of the watercolor, the color pencil made on the paper, and I'm looking forward to using it in the future. On to the third part of my updates. So recently I have also been trying to work more with reading the Akashic Records. Dive deeper into Akashic Records in December. The book itself, of the Akashic Records, is recommended that we do a kind of a 30-day non-stop practice, but I gave up the first time because I was quite, I gave up on day 14 of the first try, because I realized that I really don't like the use of words such as loved ones, Holy Spirit of God. When I read it, I started to feel uneasy and all that, and I stopped. And somehow at the start of this year, I picked back up again, and I managed to finish 30 days of non-stop practice, of course with the help of practicing on my friends who gave their permission. This month I tried to do more for my friends on a sporadic. We wanted to share with each other. I did more of Akashic readings this month, and I also get to share more of my experience with my friends on my Akashic record readings, and theirs with mine. I feel that it's a learning month for me as well. I also realized that I get frustrated when there's somebody who express fear of the unknown, which is Akashic Records is a bit of dealing with the unknown, because we haven't been there consciously before. Perhaps some people have done so, but most of the people I know haven't. So the friend who expressed a bit of concern about his ability to go into the Akashic Records and whether it is safe enough for him since he doesn't know anything. And another one of my friends, community friends, raised the possibility that how do you know it is the Akashic Records you are accessing. Found myself a bit triggered when I hear that, because for me, even when I started diving into this, I'm already questioning myself so many times, and I do not need anyone to remind me that it is unsafe. I mean, once you read the book, you will know that opening prayer is there to help to keep you safe. The opening prayer and the meditation, and we don't have anything to fear. Despite feeling fear in one of my Akashic record sessions recently, I realized that it is the experience of the person I'm reading for and not from the Akashic Records itself. And the Akashic Records doesn't judge good and bad things like the way we do. So, you know, all this inciting fear in others is not something that and I find myself getting a bit angry at her. So this is a short update on what I've been doing this month. I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any experience with reading in the Akashic Records and you want to share with me, you can put it in the comment box below. Bye!